do is one approach, create an unmodifiable list wrapper around this. And this unmodifiable list basically just lops off any of the mutating methods. If you try calling .add, it throws an exception. Now, personally, that's a really, really bad way to do things, at least the way that Java defined unmodifiable list. The problem is that their list interface has the mutation methods in it. And I think this was a big design mistake they made in Java. You shouldn't, if you have a list, all you should care about the list is I have stuff in it and I can get stuff, right? A mutable list would allow you to change it. Well, the problem is they defined at their base list those mutation methods. And in the subclass unmodifiable list that they're creating here, they do what's called a refused bequest. They basically lop off the functionality that's in the superclass. Remember, whenever you have a superclass, all of your subclasses should be able to do the same things a superclass did, right? Well, in this case, we're denying some of the functionality. So not a great pattern, but it's one of our only choices in Java here, right? Now we could do something much, much, much more insidious. We could create our own wrapper around this list. And I started to do that in the talk last week where I showed a bit of a wrapper going around. And what you'll do is this wrapper intercepts all the calls for add, remove, set, various things like that. And on each of those calls, it will check to see the user's made a change to the list, fire a change notification. So you can do that. It can be very, very tricky, especially when you get down to things like, well, what do I do when I get an iterator on a list? Because the iterators on a list have a remove method, which can modify it. So I need to wrap the iterator. So it becomes this big wrapping mess.